Good morning, everybody. Thankfully, Chelle and I are feeling a lot better. We're starting to get over these colds, feeling a little more normal. Definitely had some jet lag coming home. I don't know, but we both just got sick. Thankfully, we're feeling better because there's so many things we want to be doing right now that we don't really feel like doing when we're sick. So I'm glad we're feeling better. The cold is going away, so we're gonna get back at it and start having some fun and filming it along the way. As you can see right now, I'm out in the man garage. For any of you guys who don't know us that well or who are new to the channel, I'm actually a mechanical engineer by day, but when Chelle and I got married, we got married about 2.5 years ago, and when we were looking for houses, the garage here sold us on this house. So when I say us, I mean me. I fell in love with this garage because I've always wanted a workshop here at the house so I can come out here and work on random fun projects that, I don't know, I get a kick out of. So we actually did a house tour about a month ago, so I'll put a link to that video so you guys can go check it out and see this garage in more depth. But I really love this space to just kind of do random projects. And I like to build a lot of fun stuff. And Michelle actually has a bunch of brothers here that live in the valley. Two of her brothers actually both have a bunch of kids, Brandon and Justin. So I love building fun stuff that their kids can play with. You guys might remember some of this stuff. Right here we have the mega RC car ramp. It's just sitting there on the ceiling for now until we use it again. And you guys also might remember this contraption. I built this and we took these rockets out and we launched them off with a big compressed air tank. And it was a blast. The kids really loved it, but I'll be honest with you guys, I was very embarrassed. These noodles were so weak, every time we'd launch a rocket, they would pretty much explode out of the side and leave huge tears in this foam. So I feel like our rockets never got above like 100 feet, and I was pretty disappointed in that because I was hoping we could crank the pressure and shoot these things like 500-600 feet. But that did not happen. That is my fault. I made a mistake. I used too weak of pool noodles to make these rockets. I don't think the kids noticed or cared, but I was very disappointed. So it's actually been on my mind a lot because I wanted to fix it, I wanted to make it better so we can go do it again with the kids. So today I'm gonna do a little quick fix on these rockets. That way when Brandon and Mindy and all the kids are home, we can go out and play with this again and have a lot more fun because I want the rockets to be flying so high you can't even see them. So my idea here is to line these foam rockets with a plastic liner. So I found this tubing. It's just a nylon tubing that I think will fit right inside, and I'm gonna plug the end with a solid piece of that. That way when we put pressure on these rockets, the foam is not gonna be expanded out and explode out, but this tube will see all that pressure. Tube's a lot stronger than the foam, and so I think the rockets will be able to launch way higher because they're not gonna be blowing up here on the stand. They're actually gonna get off the stand and fly sky high. All right, so I salvaged 3 rockets out of this pile of completely destroyed, taped up rockets. These do have tears and stuff in them, but that's not gonna matter once we get the tubes inside of them. What are you doing, babe?
Watching Seinfeld and editing.
Try again. She sits down.
Is Jerry making you laugh, babe?
No, it's the episode where Kramer wears jeans. So funny because he can't get them off. Kramer doesn't wear jeans. For those of you that don't watch Seinfeld, Kramer never wears jeans, and Jerry tells him it's because he can't fit in them anymore. So he wears some and then he can't get them off, and it's so funny.
Chelle's working hard in here. It doesn't look like it, but she really is working hard. She's editing those photos. She has so many shoots recently, she needs to like stay on top of it so she doesn't get behind. So good job, babe.
Thanks, babe.
So I got my 3 tubes and I got 3 plugs here. So my plan is to glue the plug into the end of the tube like so. And then when that's glued in, the whole tube will be glued up inside the rocket like so. That'll create a nice little pressure chamber inside the rocket that will keep these dumb things from blowing out the side. These are definitely a little snug, and I got a long way to go. I'm gonna start experimenting with some other ways to get these up in there. I don't think I'm gonna need to use any glue though. There's such a tight fit between them. I don't think they're ever gonna come out. All right, WD-40 worked its magic for us. The tubes slid right in when it had a little bit of that on there. And now these things fit right over this just perfectly. These are gonna be much more fun next time. So stay tuned. I'm not sure when we're gonna do it, but we're gonna figure it out and we're gonna make it happen. And it's gonna be 10 times better than it was last time. We were just thinking about the things that we miss the most when we're traveling. And not just traveling, but especially when we were in Europe. We were in Europe for 3 weeks, which is a really long time.
But we wish we were still there.
Yeah, we wish we were still there because honestly, there were not a lot of things that we really missed while we were gone, surprisingly.
I would say it was an eye-opener of how little we actually need to live.
Yeah, it's seriously like we have this home that has a ton of junk in it, and it's not junk, it's like fun, great stuff, but honestly, we realize how unnecessary so many things are when we're out traveling. Literally, we were traveling with 3 backpacks, and we were fairly content for the most part.
I feel like we were super content, and I even feel like we almost had too much. Like, I feel like we overpacked in some ways. It's definitely an eye-opener of like how little we feel like we need to live. But there are a few essentials that we will say we miss
Essentials.
the most. For me, I really missed, you guys know, and if you don't know, now you do. I am a drink person. I love drinks. I always have to have a drink with me. By always have to have a drink with me, I mean I always have to have 2 with me. Pretty much at all times, I will have my Hydro Flask full of water and my Yeti full of ice to the top, and then a can of Diet Coke. Those are like the top 2 bevies, I call them bevies, that I always have with me. I really missed my 2 big water bottles and ice. I'm an ice person. I love ice.
Yeah, and it's not like we can't get that over in Europe, but you don't always have it with you. You don't always have your water bottle full of water and your Diet Coke or whatever it is, and you definitely don't always have ice.
Yeah, it's just not as easy to obtain in Europe.
Yeah, and even when you do ask for ice, they bring out a cup with like 2 cubes in it, and you're like, okay, those are gonna melt right when I pour the can in, or just whatever. And they just disappear. And we're so used to having, you know, cups full of ice. I don't know why.
Anytime we get a drink, we fill it to the very top with ice, and then we'll put the drink in. It's just like always how it goes.
Even in the wintertime, full of ice on our beverage, it makes it 1,000 times yummier. One of the big things we missed was iced drinks with us 24/7.
Yes, at all times. The next thing I would say is our beautiful bed. I love our bed. We love our bed. I will say though, we got lucky. We stayed in some awesome places, 8 different hotels, which was amazing. I just I loved it though, like seeing all the different places, and some of them were nicer than others. I'm sure you guys know what we're talking about when you say like just your own bed. You definitely I feel like I get a deeper sleep when I'm in my own bed.
Yeah, because we sleep with a ton of pillows. We have the blankets we like.
Body pillow.
Yeah.
That's very high on my list.
The body pillow definitely makes a big difference.
Yeah, it does. We both sleep with body pillows, and it's heavenly. And the final thing, which is what we missed definitely the very most, was, I'm sure you all know. Oh, he's grumbling.
This boy!
This boy! Where's your
He's
bone?
going crazy.
He's trying to find his bone. We just, ow! Louie, we're trying to tell everybody we
he's
missed
got
you.
his
You don't even
old
want to hang
bone.
out. Lou, where's your new bone? This boy. We missed him so much. He's squirming because he just wants to go play. He is definitely the number one thing that we missed the very, very most.
Every dog we would see in any city, Chelle would stop, ask them if she could pet it. And they would always say yes, which was great because we've had people tell us, no, you cannot pet my dog before, and it makes us really sad. But everyone said yes, and Chelle would go pet him, and she'd be so happy because she's a dog girl. She loves dogs.
I love dogs. Every dog. I just want to hug them. Even the ones that you're not supposed to. I just want to hug them. He was the number one thing that we couldn't live without. The drinks full of ice, the body pillows, you know. But Louie, we can't live without him.
You wanna go? You wanna go? Louis loves to go places. He loves to ride in the car. We're gonna go grab something to eat. Gonna bring him along to get him out of the house. We unfortunately aren't gonna be able to walk him tonight because it's pouring rain. So we're just gonna go take him for a drive. That's why you have a beanie, so you don't get your hair wet? Okay.
No, I don't care if my mop gets wet.
We ordered like 18 rolls. Somehow this is everything.
Go, go, go! It's raining!
It's not really raining anymore. Oh, great. This vehicle is always locked.
We love sushi. Love it so much. And I'm ashamed to admit, for years I was making my wasabi soy sauce mixture incorrectly. My coworker Kevin showed me the best way to mix soy sauce with your wasabi. So I'm gonna show you guys. Make fun of me if you want, but Michelle picked up my idea. She does it now every time. And it makes for a very not clumpy, smooth, consistent wasabi soy sauce dipping paste. All right, so here's the trick. You grab your wasabi, however much you want. I love spicy food. I love lots of wasabi, so I'm gonna go on the heavy side here.
Easy, Tiger.
Yeah. Trick is put in a little bit of soy sauce. Don't put in a ton of soy sauce. Otherwise you can't mix it and it gets all clumpy. But if you just put a little bit in and then start mixing that.
Wasabi in there.
Yeah, yummy. Patient. Stick with me, everybody. You see how that's mixing all nice and clean and even? No clumps? Now, you can go ahead and put as much soy sauce as you want to kind of dilute that wasabi. Look at that. No clumps, no problem. She wasn't kidding. Gotta stay hydrated. She stays very hydrated.
Too sore to be quick right now.
All right, guys, thank you for watching. Chelle's gonna get back to work editing here. I'm gonna get back to work editing. Louie's doing good. He just had his dinner. Come say bye.
Okay. See you later, everybody. Whoa!
Good night, guys.
Go.